outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. This defense for the Vikings, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A nice throw right there. And, Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play there for Minnesota. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield. That throw, that was a thing to behold there. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the big one.
Back to throw. The quick slant caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
He was looking again for Kelsey there on that play, and that'll bring up second down. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he's got this down to the 35. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
Hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Now Fields. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. Montgomery. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he's only going to get this to the 4-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They're going for Jefferson downfield. He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 35. A big play there for Minnesota. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Bears' 32-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Escaping the pressure right. There's Jefferson to pull that in. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Well, they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's a give to Jones running left. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
2nd and 8 coming up. Play action. It's Fields. Going deep here for Watkins. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Sammy Watkins, 57 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Santos with the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. These two teams all tied after one. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st and 10 at the 30.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play. On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And this will be a Vikings 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. On the move to his left. They'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game, and they know it helps their team. You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage. And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll run with Cook. Cook able to escape. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. He'll get it up the middle, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Vikings are going to take the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
Fields on 3rd down. Trying to fight his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And Lambo will put this one through. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Caught by Montgomery. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run.
I thought he did a nice job there of reading the coverage and realizing he didn't have anything downfield. So what quarterback doesn't love having a running back who's a terrific safety valve that he can dump the ball off to and turn it into a big hitter anyway?
Steps away to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
They'll roll him out right. Throws right side, and that's complete. Touchdown! Darnell Mooney. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that is incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Eluding the pressure right. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
They'll look to throw here. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Lambeau is good. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 18-yard line.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. They'll look to throw. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields rolling to his left. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. To throw is Fields. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
2nd and 10. A give. This is Cook. Stops shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though.
At the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Following a good run by Cook. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 40 yards. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Bears 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
At the 25-yard line. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Fields' throw here complete to Kelsey. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Off play action, Fields. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, lived to fight another down, right?
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Fields now to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They snap it to Fields. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. They'll run on 1st down. Cook. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up
back to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there for Minnesota.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and 4. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
He'll buy some time right. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Looking to throw. Flushed out right. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Vikings are looking to make it 2 straight into this 4th quarter lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. On play action, Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here comes the Bears punter now. He's been terrific so far. Fielded just inside the 20. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 127 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Handoff comes to Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Play action, it's Fields. Open man, It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Santos with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Now D.D. Westbrook to return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
On the return, here's Agnew. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. It got his man complete, and he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A huge play there for Chicago.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bears get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Vikings, they use the favorable to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife.